Welcome everybody to the program. Today is August 14 in the year 2023. Do you know where your children are? Kick it.
Someone changed the lock and left the window open when I must have drifted off. And it's just your kind of trick to leave me empty-handed, leave me with the riddle soul.
Uh-huh. Ding, ding. I like it.
I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make this peace.
Ooh, ah, ah.
And
Let's sing about something positive. Let's sing about something positive today. Hey. Good morning, everybody. Caroline Polachek. I like it. I'm feeling it. I'm really loving the return to the singer-songwriter, one person, one voice sort of approach to music. Not to say that bands and collaborations aren't great, but when someone is singing by themselves, someone is producing something from themselves, solely just them and the instrument, that's also a collaboration. It's not necessarily a collaboration with everybody around you, but it's a collaboration with everything that came before you. Now think about that long and hard. It's impossible to get anywhere. It's impossible to get anywhere without having already been. Good morning, everybody. Mark Sconti reporting. I had a good weekend. I had a very cerebral, very relaxing weekend, contemplative weekend. A lot of yoga in the sand, a little bit of running, quiet time, waking up early. And but some people in the world are not doing that right now. If you look, for example, I just saw a report that Fox did down in Kensington, Philadelphia, North Philadelphia area. I'm not familiar much with Philadelphia other than the very touristic areas by the Liberty Bell and such, in the by the train station over there. I guess it's, the train station where all the markets are. Beautiful part of America. And you walk around the streets of Philadelphia. It's not all a shithole. Certainly the south part, South Philly. A lot of outstanding people in Philadelphia. But for some reason, the epidemic of, I guess, it's not even heroin anymore. It seems like heroin is even safer. I never thought we'd get to the point where, oh yeah, heroin, you should just shoot heroin because it's safer than trank and xylazine that are basically rotting your skin, rotting you from the inside out. You got to ask yourself, why would someone see on the street somebody's arms rotting, reports of people's limbs falling off? Why would you go to a place like that and look for the substance that is causing it, buy it, sit on the curb and stick it into your arm? When you know that there has to be, here's the point, right? With the junkie, there has to be some sort of element of pleasure. Is there pleasure in this prior to death? Is the moment of death or the approaching of death the most glamorous moment in life? Maybe that's what the junkie sees or feels. A sense of connection to something that wasn't there before. What drives somebody to want to do that? or it's just mental. It's just it's the perimeter of humanity, right? Where people start to do things like that, right? You're slowly killing yourself, right? And for pleasure, for some sort of pleasure. There's a lot of other ways to pleasure yourself, certainly. Britney Spears likes to spin around on a pole and show everybody how sexy and erotic she is at 41. Now, she certainly was when she was 16, 17, 18, and 19. She had enormous sex appeal, wrote sexy songs, but she seems to be caught in the loop of I'm sexy, damn it, and you better appreciate me for my sex. No, Britney, you wrote some great. You played some great music. Britney Spears has to return to music and not swinging around on a sex pole. Because she has some talent. I mean, the early music, her early videos are spectacular, right? When she's dancing around in the schoolgirl suit, and it's fucking really good. Right? I'm not the only one who agrees. There's millions and millions of views on those things. What about the fires? Fires, Maui, Hawaii. The 51st, the third state, whatever it is, the extra state is burning from wildfires. You heard? Wild. Now, wildfires implies a natural disaster, doesn't it? When you hear like wildfire, those wildfires springing up. But it turns out it's not wild at all. It is wild, but it's created by wild humans. Almost all of these fires are created by wild humans. Arguably, the wildfires in the West, on the West Coast, Oregon, California, Washington State, are arguably wildfires created by people. Sometimes you got liberals out in the woods with packs of firecrackers and Roman candles and things that go pop and burn out in the brush, doing it purposely. So humans are capable of doing something like that. They're capable of setting their own fires for some, political agenda. Rich people own this property. We're going to burn it. Yeah, a lot of birds and plants and other kinds of wildlife also own it, live there too. But wildfires in Maui, we'll look at that. What else is going on? I think that's all of it. Maui. Oh yeah, flash mobs. The mobs. The way shoplifting used to be. When I was a kid, shoplifting used to be, you walk into a store, you hope nobody's looking, and you take a bag of M&Ms and you put it in your pocket, and you hope you get out the door without the security guard grabbing you. And then you go out and you hide and you eat your score. You eat your M&Ms. But not anymore. Now what they're doing is flash mobs were something where 2 or 3 people would walk in. They figured, oh, well, the security guards and the police, they can only grab one of us or not that many. But now they're doing it with very, very organized flash mobs in California where maybe 50 or 100 hooded thugs in shape, not these old ladies, fat old ladies grabbing stuff and junky old black men, but youth. The super predator youth are now taking advantage of the opportunity to steal whatever isn't nailed down in a store and get out the store. So I'll show you a video of Nostrum. They went into, the flash mob went into Nostrum with like 50 people. And within, 3 to 5 minutes, they had ransacked and dragged out the entire fucking display. $60,000, $100,000 worth of merchandise. Now, a good way to stop the crime is stop buying the crap that they're selling. Somebody has to buy it, right? Everything that they're stealing is sold. Nobody needs 25 handbags. Right? You only need one or none. So that's what's going on. Flash mobs, It's my thumbnail today. This guy, as I was saying earlier, I mean, it's a kind of a grotesque piece to look at. Is it the drugs doing it? Is there something else? It does seem that the drug is doing it because there's a lot of people in the same area consuming the same drug, and it's causing this. Now, what is the solution to the problem? It's always been legalization, where you stop this. You stop this. I don't know. Maybe law enforcement. Maybe the people of Philadelphia figure out they're junkies. Let them take their trank in the street and die, and then we'll just sweep them up at the end of the night. But it's open market drug buy and use and sale and hang out and drop dead kind of environment. I remember it in New York City. There was a moment where a couple of blocks in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Star Street, Knickerbocker Street in Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant had that. It was like a 10-block radius in I guess the early 90s. And you would walk down there, but it was mostly heroin and crack, and I guess they even sold weed. But it was a real drug epidemic. You saw people overdose from heroin sometimes, but for the most part, you never saw anything like this. This was, so is it really chemical warfare going on in Kensington, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? I might take a ride down there. I might take a look. I don't know what I'll see. I think Fox did a great, clip on it, but I'd like to go there and see it for myself. I could do that. I could walk, through a rough area unscathed. I'll just dodge the bullets. So my name is Marcus Conte. I talk about these fascinating, intellectual, philosophical, educational, mystical, magical human subjects every day at 9 a.m. If the internet is killing you right now and all they're talking about is negativity and how bad fucking everything is, come over here once in a while and I'll try to cheer you up, try to put you on the right path. Remember, things are exactly as they're supposed to be, even if they seem really, really fucked up. There's always things that seem fucked up. Even when things are wonderful and beautiful, in there as well is mess, right? The mud, if you will. So, but anyway, every morning at 9 a.m. I'm here. I'm live with all these fine people. Off to your screen right, Vinny DiMartini on the chat on the wrench. William Smith. Sedento, what's up, Sedento? Wake now, what's up, Wake now? David Brown, who else? Jante Tactre, how are you, man? And who else? Jim Gerard, Jim, what's up? Good morning, Jim. Who else is here? Somebody else is here. Somebody else was talking. Oh, Sean Kane, how are you? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me and joining me every morning. David Brown, Hand of Doom, Black Sabbath. Right? What you gonna do? Because time's caught up with you. Now you wait your turn. You know there's no return. Boom, boom, boom. Black Sabbath, right? Talking about the Hand of Doom. It's your own hand, right? Imagine that. Imagine that. It's not a bomb. It's not a plane. It's not a someone outside of you. It's your own fucking hand doing it. Right? No one does it for you. Your hand is doing it. Your hand is reaching for the poison, and it's pushing it into the other hand, and swallowing and pushing it in your mouth. Scary idea. Very powerful. Very, very. You should have respect for that substance, whatever it is, because at one point it kills you, but there must be a pleasure, a level of pleasure in it, or the junkie wouldn't do it. So look at these fascinating subjects, so let's start off with Britney. Watch out, Britney Spears is coming on. Look at her. She bought a new pole, and she wants you to look at her very, very sexy body, and she wants you to remember that she's very sexy. Why is it moving so fast? Is that just her speed? Well, I guess so. So Britney Spears is having, I guess men have a midlife crises. And there's Brittany having her midlife crises. And I mean, she's pretty, she's erotic, she's, I guess, if this is the sort of thing you like to look at. But she has her own pole in her own home. She likes to look at herself. She likes to film herself doing erotic things. I would much rather hear Britney sing a good song. Right? I like Britney Spears. So here she is, coming down to almost being an embarrassment to our children. The children don't want any part of her. They think she's crazy. They think she's an embarrassment. If you were 20 years old and this was your mother, would it bother you? I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. I would be like, Mom, what are you doing? Hey, Mom, you're a singer. Where's the piano? Mom, where's the looper? But that's Britney Spears living her life to the fullest extent, and she don't give a shit what people say. She don't care as long as you're talking about her, right? She's an artist. And all she's got right now is taking off her clothes and working the pole. So what's it to you? Right? If Britney Spears wants to work the pole, well, go ahead and let her. So wildfires have killed 96 people in Hawaii. And as I said, it's not. It is a natural disaster or a wildfire. Wildfire seems to have the connotation of something naturally occurring, and according to the latest report, it's not natural at all. It's the Hawaiian electric power line that caused it. I always like watching. I keep seeing this video of a church burning. Check this burning church in Massachusetts. Wow. God is not happy right now. Watch the whole structure there just crumble. Watch this. Boom! Wow! Hollywood couldn't have done it better because that was real. What a fascinating picture, man, right? So lawyers are investigating the cause of the massive Maui wildfires that killed 96 people. Claimed the blaze was the result of damaged equipment owned by Hawaiian Electric. These are lawyers speaking. Lawyers are saying it was the Hawaiian Electric Company. They're trying to blame somebody for the Maui fires. No joke, 96 people up in smoke. Only 2 of them have been recovered. So they're saying that they're finding bodies, but the bodies are just falling apart as they pull them up because they're barbecued. It's like pulling up a barbecued, overcooked chicken, and it falls apart. Right? It probably smells good, might even taste good if some animal wants to eat it. Some human wants to eat it. Why don't you bag that shit up and bring it down to fucking Kensington, Philadelphia, and serve it, right? Burned Hawaiian. They're serving smoked Hawaiian in Kensington this evening. You can do it with your trank. Eat the smoke of dead bodies. So they're pointing the finger. I don't know much more about the fires. Here it is. It's on the tip of Maui. I don't know. You're right by the ocean, man. Why don't you fucking throw some salt water on it or something? 96 people dead. Don't know much more about it. A lot of fire. Obviously very dry, very drought-stricken, or it wouldn't burn like that. Knock on wood, northeast Pennsylvania has been very, very liquid this year. I'm very happy about that. I haven't had to touch my garden hose since June. Imagine that, man. All rain-powered vegetables. Getting an outstanding crop, by the way. I've been getting a lot of, this week was a lot of carrots. Apples are now starting to happen. Blueberries are gone. I got so many cucumbers, I couldn't eat them all. Quite a bit of squash. A lot of tomato is coming up now. What else is going on? The corn. Oh, my God. The corn was so good. Fucking great corn. Take care of yourself. That's why I'm so smart right now. That's why I feel so good right now. Because I ate like a lot of carrots that I grew in the yard, right? Like so many carrots, like my skin is yellow. And my vision right? Because I'm eating all these carrots. I can literally see through the wall in front of me, and I see what's happening. I can see what's happening behind the veil, right? I could see it from the carrots, the beta carotene in my blood, right? I ate like a pound of carrots yesterday. I'm not exaggerating. I don't make up anything, right? This is all truthful reporting. I ate so many organic carrots yesterday, right? Before I ran, that when I was running, I literally felt like I was levitating. I felt like I was going to take off from the carrot-powered run. You should try that sometimes. Eat really healthy food, and you'll see what happens. You feel really good about it, right? And it also includes, you have to, don't smoke. Smoking is bad for you, right? I'm finding that out truthfully. I was never a smoker in my life. I do have a little bit of an affection to homegrown tobacco, but the commercial, the smoking every day is really bad for you. I want to talk more about that at a later time. I think that if you can, I really do think it's a bad idea to be breathing smoke in and out of your lungs all day long, and that seems to be what is required, of tobacco. It's not required of other things. Like marijuana is just once in a while, a little bit, and it goes a long way. But tobacco is, the nature of it is, it's a killer. It's a poison, nicotine. So don't do it. I'll talk more about that. I don't like to be the doomsday guy, and everything can be used in moderation, as the Indians taught us. Any herb can be considered like that. But what I'm talking about is the current human compulsion to smoke one cigarette after another, especially the commercially manufactured ones. Very, very unhealthy. It will take away your feeling of wellness if you do that over time. Not right away. It's like the trank, right? It lures you in, and then it lifts you up, and then it gives you wings for a minute, and then it takes away the sky. So let the fires settle down in Hawaii, and we'll count the bodies later. So here we go. Flash mobs. A mob of crooks stole tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise from an LA's Nostrum during a wild smash and grab style raid that included the thieves attacking security guards with bear spray. All right. So right now in LA, flash mobs ripping off corporate America, stealing their shit, spraying them violently with poison in their eyeballs. And at the same time, people are sitting in jail for showing up at a political rally on June 6th, showing up to voice their opinion of election fraud. And for that, they got thrown in jail for pushing a cop because he was in the way. He wouldn't get out of the way. So what's worse? What would you rather be? Who would you rather hang out with? Someone who would you want on your side? Someone who is willing to fight for election integrity in America, to voice that opinion that all people should be able to speak openly and honestly and freely and have free elections? Or some jerk-off who organizes a flash mob and goes into Nostrum and rips everybody off and puts the money in their pocket. The latter has absolutely no criminal consequence whatsoever. Nobody even investigates it. But the other, the do-good guy who goes out into, the world and tries to voice his opinion on the election fraud, he gets thrown in jail for many, many, many months. Many months. So who's the hero in the picture? I don't know, but this is what's going on in LA right now. Watch the video. Videos speak. Here we are, Nostrum, Los Angeles, Topanga Mall. Nostrum, go. Wow, how many? Whoa, everybody, look at these. Look at all these guys dressed in black, hoodies and hood. Look how many there are. I count maybe more than 10, right? So that's how you do it. All right. Very, very organized. All right, crazy, right? Let's watch it again, right? So again, it's very organized. I counted maybe, I don't know, 20, 25 guys. It seems like all men. It seems like young youth, super predators. Shouldn't be hard to catch them. All you got to do is catch one and you'll catch all of them because they're all snitches and rats. Put one of them up against the wall and tell them you're looking at 20 years in prison for organized criminal conspiracy to overthrow Nostrum. Right? Roll that conspiracy theory to the point of trying to overthrow corporate America, right? And there you got it, right? That would be the psychotic left way they would do it. Right? For the psychotic left, a guy who shows up at a political rally on June 6th because he thinks his country is being robbed, and things get a little out of hand. Then the conspiracy theory will whip up that he's trying to overthrow the United States government, right? But what about here? You could make the same conspiracy theory if you want. These are black youth, super predator for the most part, racially motivated, equity, fucking anonymity, whatever they call it, equity, diversity people. And all racist mostly, and they organize, and then they spray the fucking security guard with bug spray, bear spray, right? And they're trying to overthrow the government. This is an effort to overthrow the government, right? They're overthrow. The conspiracy is that they're trying to destabilize corporate America. Or they're just trying to feed themselves. They just figure, what the fuck, man? But it's very organized. The crime here is getting, it's not getting less. It's getting more. It's just they know now, they know the target. The targets are very soft. No police are going to shoot at them. No security guard is going to shoot at them. Security guards have been given the instruction to just let it happen and then figure it out later because it's only property. That's what they're doing. So happy shopping if Nostrum is the place where you like to go. Congratulations to Nostrum, the store, for losing $100,000 in bags, but being racially diverse. You showed your diversity. You didn't try to stop them as the police show up later. Yeah, I don't know. I saw a bunch of. They were young people. You can't. So those are flash mobs out there in L.A. Congratulations if you're part of it and you got away with it. So I want to talk about what time is it? Oh shit! The market is open, and we'll talk about Kensington. And we are open. Go. Market's looking down. They're going down. NASDAQ has pulled back 47 points this morning. Dow Jones Industrial Average looks like it's flat at down 5. S&P 500 down 8. These are not so bad. NASDAQ down 56 is somewhat significant. Rivian, the meme stock, down 71 cents to $20. It might start being a buy once again at, I don't know, it's hard to say, maybe 15, 16. Let it pull back. And there's your original entry point, right? 14 was my thought on the entry point, but I think Rivian goes a lot higher. It's going on sale right now at $20.80, and right after this next downfall, it should bolt back up. Sorry if you're stuck in it, but sometimes you got to take your profits. When it goes down, you got to sideline it. Tilray as well, $52.58. Not bad from $160.66. We're way up there, almost $1. That's like still holding up 60%. Rivian holding up about 40%. NASDAQ pulling back slightly. We're going to allow that to happen for a while. And what else? So big board dragging it down. Apple up 14 cents. Amazon up 30 cents. Meta down $1.50. Microsoft flat, up 2 cents. NVIDIA Now pulling back off the top. It was all 40. It was 460. We're down to 407 right now. So Tesla down 7.5, 8, almost 8 points. Tesla down 3% this morning. So technology retracting right now for whatever reason. A lot of times it's just profit taking. You can look for a reason why it does that, but it's people take profits. You know, when things are way up, they take money off. People take money off the table because it's way up, and they want the money. Sometimes that's the only reason why stocks go down, and then they go right back up. You know, a new crowd comes in and buys it up. So again, Dow just went green, up nothing, up a penny. Nasdaq still down 50 points, and S&P 500 still down 8. Let's just get a fresh look. Cling. Everything's red. Dow went red as well. So let's talk about the crises in Kensington, Pennsylvania. Have you heard? Fox did a great report here. I'll let it play through 4 minutes. I'll try not to interrupt. Warning, warning, warning. Why would you want to warn kids about this? This is the video. Instead of watching tranny videos in elementary school, this is a transsexual, and you could be one too. Right? Instead of watching those videos, these are white people, and they invaded America and took and killed all of the Indians, and then they enslaved the black people, and you could be one too. Instead of teaching that garbage in school, why don't you show people what's actually happening on the streets of Kensington? A neighborhood could be any block in Brooklyn, New York. I've never been to these places. I would like to. I might drive through and check it out if I do it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't plan anything. Sometimes I'm just there. I'm going to Kensington, but here we are. It seems accessible. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, motherfucker.
So it's Kensington and Allegheny. It is the first stop. They come off the train, come right down here, and it's like a legal pass to do it.
So Kensington and Allegheny. The guy gave he gave you the address. Kensington and Allegheny. Allegheny, it looks like there's an old train L here, maybe a subway of some sort there. I'm sorry for my Philadelphia ignorance. I've been to Philadelphia many times. I just never been to this part of town because I have no reason to be there.
Come right down here, and it's like a legal pass to do whatever you want. Any type of drug you want, any vice you have, come here to do it. You're not gonna get in trouble. You know, that's basically what's put out there by law enforcement, by city officials. You see the chaos that's going around. You're gonna see people, blood running down their arm, needles in their neck, needle in their arm, pipe in their mouth. Everything goes out here.
Anything goes out here, man.
Ground zero of our local heroin epidemic lies in the heart of Philadelphia's Kensington section.
Kensington. The drugs were the motive for a shooting in Kensington this morning.
There, drug users from all over line the streets and makeshift
over the
tents.
area in Kensington, out this haven for drug addicts.
Hooked on heroin in Kensington.
Ground zero for Philadelphia's heroin epidemic.
Park is on the front lines of the nation's heroin epidemic, with evidence of battles lost.
It's a good report so far, right? Is it making you itchy?
Residents struggling with drug addiction may soon have a place to safely inject themselves.
Open-air drug abuse in Kensington is just not hard to find.
Philadelphia's opioid crisis is far from over.
Uh-huh. Look at that. Look at the belly on that one. Look at this. Look at this belly on this dude. That is a strange body right there. Right? Look at that. That guy's fucking got a pop belly. It looks like malnutrition from, you know, remember you used to see, they used to flash those images on American television where they showed kids with these swollen bellies from somewhere, right? They were starving to death. And rather than feed them, they make a video about them. This guy's a hero, by the way, for doing this. Thank you. you got to be cool when you're filming this, because you can get your ass kicked easily, right? And not by the junkies, by the drug dealers. Right? They don't want you doing that. The drug, you remember, in this crowd is not just drug users. There's people making a lot of fucking money on it. Right? The dealers are making a lot of money. There's a lot of people getting rich selling this garbage on the street, right? And they're in the crowd. Maybe not on the street, but they're close.
It's sad. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, smoking is. Oh, I gotta get that hit, man. I gotta get that hit. I need that hit. Oh, fuck! It feels so good.
Yo, get out
Look at this chick. She's trying to sell her ass, and she's gonna get hit by a car.
the street, man. Come on. Yo. Look. You see where you're at?
Wow. Human debris.
So that's a normal occurrence. People get high, wander into traffic. It's 100% getting worse. And it's going to get worse tomorrow, and the next day is going to be even worse, and the next day is going to be even worse. We're trying to combat opiates. We're not dealing with opiates no more. That game is done. You know what
We're not dealing, I believe this guy, Frank Rodriguez, reporting we're not dealing with opioids anymore. What are we dealing with, Frank?
That ship has gone and sailed. You're literally dealing with chemical warfare. You know, that's what's happening. You see the people falling apart, limbs falling off.
Falling apart, limbs falling off in Kensington, Pennsylvania. Kensington, Philadelphia, their limbs are falling off. You heard? Where's the fucking outrage? Huh?
You seen Duffy when we was down there. His
Here he
arm.
is.
It looks like a zombie movie. You know, that's what you're seeing with the xylazine.
Xylazine. That's what we're looking for, Frank. Thank you.
And the trank is everybody laying face down on the ground.
So trank and xylazine.
That's what the trank is. Xylazine is a tranquilizer. It's meant for cattle, for horses. It's not meant for human consumption. So when people shoot it up, you see the sores. It starts and it's just looking for the easiest way out of the body, and it presents itself in the sores.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I've never seen anything like that. Never seen anything like it.
The trank is we're not seeing those same ulcers and skin abrasions, but what you're seeing is the quick overdoses. So when people
you definitely look if you had a legal system of use, I don't believe you would have this problem at all. Although look in Philadelphia, the problem is that whenever you make drugs legal, the medical profession they create too many hoops to jump through. For example, if someone is strung out on heroin and they show up at a methadone clinic, they have to become, quote, a patient and wait in line, sometimes for days, before they get their medication, right? You have to stop all that. You have to make things unpatient, unmedical, and just make it available, safe substances available to people. Right? And you wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this. I believe the decriminalization is always the way to go. Not keeping it illegal and then having a bunch of jerk-offs selling it, mixing it in with xylazine and fucking whatever else, right? You know, trank, right? Flesh-rotting substances instead of the good, feel-good, get high. I have the answer, of course.
are being dosed with Narcan to being helped from an overdose, the Narcan does nothing to affect the trank.
So they don't even have a remedy. Narcan used to be used to stop a heroin overdose. They're saying it doesn't even work. For trank and the other thing, for the trank and the xylazine, it has no effect. So people are just going to die. There's no way to save
It's
them.
the worst thing I've ever seen. You know, this is literally chemical warfare. And we realize that once we start playing around with these chemicals, we're going to lose.
I would say you already lost, but thank you, Frank. That's a great report. So, pick your poison. Pick your poison. I'm going to pick mine right now, and it's the stock market. What do we got here? So we're going, yeah, it's still red. We're red this morning. Maybe we'll get a bump off the bottom. And there you go, man. So thank you all for joining me. Mark Sconti reporting. Thank you, everybody in the chat. William Smith is here. Justin Falzone. Bridget, what's up? Bridget says says that Lower East Side wasn't this grimy back in the 80s and 90s. Lower East Side cleaned up. The only, I had mentioned it earlier, Bridget, in New York, the biggest drug epidemic I ever saw, area of, just exclusively to drug users and drug sellers. It wasn't Times Square. It wasn't the Lower East Side. It was Bushwick, Brooklyn, a.k.a. Bedford-Stuyvesant. And there was maybe like 10 or 15 blocks that looked similar to what we just saw in Kensington, although it was mostly crack and heroin. A lot of crime on the street, a lot of crackheads, a lot of, heroin people. But this is, it's getting bad. I would imagine that Kensington, Pennsylvania isn't the only area doing it. But anyway, man, thank you all for joining me. And I'll let Caroline Polchek take us out. Okay, keep going, Caroline. Give it to me. So you don't have to live trapped in your head. You can let it out through music. See, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful person. Coming right from the heart. Peace, everybody.